For those of you who do not know me, my name is Carl Jason. I'm a trustee at Mount Joy Baptist Church. My family and I joined Mount Joy, or rejoined Mount Joy, in 1977. At that time, there weren't very many men in our church. Later on, I became trustee, and there were no women or young people on our official board. And thank heavens we now have all three. I said I rejoined Mount Joy because when I was in high school, after high school, I left and went away to get more education, and then worked 15 to 20 years and came back to retire here in Edwardsville. I do, however, remember 2 or 3 things that struck me when I was a child growing up in Edwardsville. We, at times, I'm told, had to move from one place to the other as our church was being remodeled or refurbished. Some places would be Yonkers Jewelry Store, right up there by Walgreens. Another place would be the Lincoln School. But I remember going to Sunday school in the old Cochran building, where you go upstairs and it's a wide open area where we would have church for a while. Another interesting point was selling church dinners and raffles to pay for some of our expenses. At that time, money was not very well accessible, and so we would donate the food, cook the food, turn around and buy tickets for the food, and after a while that got to be pretty monotonous, and we began to give tithes and offering, and that's our progress that we've made for giving funds to our church. Another item was going to Sunday school early during the day, staying for church, and then coming back at 4 o'clock for BYPU. And BYPU is similar to our youth council today. Some of the fond memories that I have is the hog roast, where one of the old deacons and a couple other men would go out in the country, find the hog, come back to our church during the harvest homecoming, dress it, and then prepare it for our Saturday dinner. Did that for several years, and then we moved to Deacon Jumper's house for fish fry and the turkey roast. And after that, we moved all that activity back to our church, where we still have that activity going on today. Another activity would be when we would get together and look at our church and prepare the front of it. The front of our church used to be on Olive Street, and you come up 10 or 12 steps, you rest a while, and then you come up 10 or 12 more steps right into the sanctuary after stopping by a small alcove that we call, I guess, well, I'll just say an alcove. Another fond memory would be when we have our educational field trips that have been going on about 19 years. And I've had the pleasure of making a lot of those trips along with the youth of our church. Another activity would be that of helping to build this particular church, where we tore it down from the ground and built it to where it is today. And after about 3 years, we retired the note with a burning of the mortgage. And one of the fun things I remember is the church and the youth going out in the country, having a all-night activity and a hayride, having a little bit of Bible study, cooking their own food, sleeping out in the, on the ground with our sleeping bags. And I remember when Reverend Jackson came through the cornfield with a mask on, and while the kids were on the wagon, scared us quite a bit. But I could go on and on, but at this time I'll wrap it up and leave it for somebody else to continue the fun that we had and the memories that we had. But I want to thank everyone for making the church what it is today, and let's continue to put forth and use our gifts. And I'd like to wish the church 100-year anniversary Godspeed, and we'll continue to press on.